If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new album in the description. Drake has just announced that he's going to be dropping a new album today in just a couple of hours. This came out of nowhere. This came completely out of the blue. We're going to break it all down today, see what this is all about, see what we can learn about this new album from what we already know, and what this could all be about, and how this just spontaneously just happened. I posted in my Discord, which, by the way, go join the Discord in the description, and y'all already are crazy on this, and none of y'all were expecting this, so it's just, completely a surprise drop. Let's see what this is all about. Let's jump straight into this. So basically what happened is Drake took to his social media accounts, on Twitter, on Instagram, to post this. This is the announcement for, as he says in the caption, his 7th studio album called Honestly, NEVERMIND, out at midnight. And we can also see the cover art for it, which is like these, icy kind of echoing letters, which I think look pretty cool. They kind of have that Scary Hours vibe. And this is, we're going to go into the interpretation of this in a second, but that's already one, approach that we could take to this. Let me point out that at the point of recording this, I'm in a time zone where it's already past, 12 a.m. and it's not out yet. I checked Spotify and refreshing it. For example, Logic's album is already out, so that was not adjusted for international time zones, just whenever it hits 12 a.m. But it seems like Drake is going to be releasing this at 12 a.m. Eastern time, probably, or just like Toronto time. So no need to go, about asking questions like, when is this going to drop in the UK, or when is this going to be out? Like, it's going to be out at 12 a.m. Eastern time, or maybe Pacific time, but it's some time slot in between, so it's not going to drop early in like New Zealand because it's not out for me so far and it's already past 12 a.m. But let's actually look at what we can learn about this. So this thing, as I just said, got kind of the same cover as Scary Hours, and we've been talking about a possible Scary Hours 3 happening. I've made a video last week going over the rumors why Drake might be dropping Scary Hours 3 very soon. We went over the hoodie that he was wearing, we went over the leaks, for example, the Beyonce leaks. By the way, Beyonce also just announced a new album. I just haven't gotten around to making that video on it, but we always working, but this Drake thing gotta come first as priority number one. So this might be a Scary Hours 3. This might be some kind of derivative of Scary Hours 3, or maybe an extended Scary Hours 3 that we're getting, because it's just so similar in the way that the logo is designed, or like the cover art. And just, we were talking about Scary Hours 3 so much, also considering the fact that he was wearing the hoodie. We got all the leaks for it. That is, it just would make sense. But he's promoting this as a studio album. And as y'all know, the last studio album that he dropped was CLB, Certified Lover Boy. The album that I really didn't like, that only dropped, 9 months ago. So it really wasn't a long time ago. CLB dropped, I think, September 3rd of 2021. And y'all know I didn't like it. Y'all know I thought it was very unoriginal, very lazy. I expected more from Drake. He just signed a new deal as well. So maybe, there's some pressure to fulfill some agreements or stuff like that. That's why he's putting this out. But it might be to kind of get some retribution for what CLB left the fans with, myself included. I was longing for more. I wanted the Drake back that could really touch me on like a level, and not just the Drake that doesn't care about what he's putting out, that sees everything as somewhat of a joke, as like a social experiment to kind of troll everybody and get to the point where it's like, oh, I could just drop anything and y'all would buy it. That's kind of what I see Drake's mentality at, with CLB. But this one, I'm hoping that this one will be better. Of course, we could talk about, how he's only had 9 months so far to record this, and there were a lot of videos of him out and about, just meeting different people. Jack Harlow, for example, he was in Montreal the other day, so he was out and about, not just locked up in the studio. He wasn't in album mode, as he would call it, but I guess this just some leftover material, maybe, or maybe, not leftover, but stuff that he just didn't use, that he still had stored up in the vault. And and stuff that he's been recording over the past 9 months. That could also very well be. Of course, we don't know a lot about this thing. We don't have a track list. We don't have a feature list. We don't have any singles for this thing so far because it is a surprise drop. And Drake has never done this before. There was never a Drake album that was just like, oh, by the way, it's out in just a couple of hours. So this is really a first for Drake, and I think it's a big move in his career. I kind of have the worry that again, it's going to be this mentality of like, oh, I'm just going to do whatever I want. I don't need a real rollout. And he might not, but, you know, it kind of didn't work with CLB. It was really like, you know, he was just lazy with it. There was no originality in it. And he just wanted to put stuff out because he can and people will buy it. And I hope that this is not the same, you know, kind of wave that he's on. Now, let's also talk about the title because that was the first thing that kind of worried me. Honestly, Nevermind. You know, maybe, and I have two ways that this could go. It could either be him, you know, talking about the critics of CLB, him being like, you know, like, I don't actually mind, you know, it's cool, I'm going in my lane, I'm going in my path, y'all can say whatever y'all want, I'm gonna continue doing this because it works for me. Or it could be, and this the direction I'm hoping that he goes in, is that he's like, okay, I wanted to try something with CLB and y'all received it so negatively that right now it's like, honestly, never mind. I'm just gonna come back and prove to y'all that I'm the same Drake that can hop up on there, rap, sing, do all the stuff that we love him to do, take care, nothing was the same. If you're reading this is too late, y'all know what I'm talking about. And be that old Drake again and be like, honestly, okay, never mind. I was trying to, you know, appeal to everybody. I'm just going to revert back to being the Drake that y'all love. And I'm going to prove to everybody that I can still be that Drake. And I really hope that's the route that he goes in because the last couple of projects were just really not it. Starting with Scorpion, to be honest. Scorpion just already was kind of just a playlist. More Life as well. That was also just meh. And then we had, after that, only CLB. So it was really, I don't know, Drake the past 5 years has really not been it for me. And maybe this is like a wake-up call. And it's like, honestly, okay, never mind that I'm this big star that just can do whatever he wants. I'm going to come back and show y'all and prove to y'all that I can be the hungry Drake that y'all fell in love with. That is at least what I'm hoping he goes for. So Drake announced a new album, Honestly Nevermind, his 7th studio album, dropping midnight Eastern time likely. You know, this came out of the blue. This is completely unannounced. First for Drake with the surprise drop. Really want to get this discussion started. You know, let me hear it in the comments. Let me hear all you got on this, your theories, your hopes, your opinions, everything on this. What do you hope to see on here? What features, what leaks have been going around? Y'all expect the Beyonce feature to be on here? I'm guessing so. I think this could be really big. But just how you feeling about this? How you feel about Drake just randomly announcing a surprise drop? Like, that is not very Drake-like. So all your thoughts on this and all the stuff that's been surrounding this, please let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day and you'll take care.